So Milo he went to go drop off his bass because it was broken
Oof.
at the bass repair shop. I don't know. And
It's like Bass Pro Shop, but
yep.
for basses.
For actual instruments. And he went by this like market that was happening. And so he got back and he was like, hey, there's like this market we should like go to. And so that's when I was like, oh, like maybe we can make it like in between like our meeting and the recording.
Yeah.
So we parked next to the wrong park and then walked 7 minutes to the thing, which was fine because it's like getting a walk in, you know. And then like I was like, and then we like walked through the market, which was like 12 stalls of just like people selling vintage clothing and like handmade candles and jewelry.
That's everything that I imagine Seattle is.
Yes. And it was like, usually I'm like really into like the vintage, but it's like they have one rack. Like, what am I going to find? You know, like I need a fucking Goodwill. Like I need a real serious value village to find like my style. And so, and then the food didn't even look that exciting. So we were just like, oh, well, okay, let's go find a bar. So then we go into this bar. We go past where we parked to find a bar because for some reason in the Amazon jungle, and when I say Amazon jungle, I mean like where everyone who works for Amazon, like all those like stupid buildings where like there's no restaurants or bars anywhere because they do all that in house. So it's like, it's just like, you're like, what is this? Like, what does that building do? Like, where am I? And so you're like, walk past that. And then we found some kind of bougie-ish restaurant. So we just went in there and had a beer. And it was just, what did Milo call it? It was like, I don't know. It was like, it's just smelled like BO. Oh. And I couldn't tell if I was like, it's not me because I don't smell like that. But I was like, it must be like one of the waiters or the waitresses. And I was like, well, it's not her because she just brought our beers and it didn't smell like that. And so it was the guy because he was just like wafting it everywhere. And I was just like, this is what
hippies.
This is what a $12 beer can get you. Like, it's like, God. So we got out of there and then went home.
Yeah. Well, at least at home, you know where the smells come from.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like fixing this, just sinking down.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
How was your afternoon?
Well, I mean, between us having the meeting and now, I really didn't do much. My roommates are having like a mini house party, because it's just like them and their PhD buddies, which there aren't many left of nowadays.
Yeah.
But I wanted to look nice because I haven't looked nice in a year. So I mean, like I took like a nice full shower and I like washed my hair, washed my face. I've got the most makeup on that I've worn in probably years at this point because I don't know if you know this, but we've been in a pandemic and everything's been closed. There's been no point for me to be touched by a stranger.
Yeah. So, well, you look hot, so.
Thank you. Thank you. This isn't even like the clothes that I'm wearing.
That's what you were wearing. That's what you were wearing earlier.
Yes, it is. It was clean enough that I put it back on after the shower. I'm not wearing these for more than an hour anyway. But yeah, so I mean, it was just me washing and drying the 40 pounds of hair that I have now.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's so humid out here. Like it's not even fully dry yet. I just gave up. I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I gave up with my hair. I'm just kind of like, it's going up in a bun. Like every day.
Yeah.
I'm just one of those like super like you see those like Pinterest models with like the minimalistic like hair that's like always pulled back just below the nape. That's me. I'm like, look, I'm put together. I did something.
Yep.
I combed my hair and put the rat's nest in a bun.
Yeah, I have to fix my bangs. That's That's the humidity right there. So
I like that though. Like it's
thank you.
It's
If
like
it did a little
little
bit, if this side didn't look perfect, it'd be fine. Like this
yeah.
side looks like I straightened this side and just left it.
Yeah.
So, and now it's left me with no other option.
Yeah. Well, then we got back and there's this like hotel that's next to us. So we have to keep our blinds down on that side all the time because you can literally look into like the hotel rooms.
Yikes. Yikes. Isn't
When we
a movie or like a show on Amazon Prime or something about that where it's like some young millennial or like zillennial couple has this place in the city and they realize they can see into this guy's room across the way, and it seems kind of like true crime-ish.
Is it like Rear Window?
It looks like it's very much taking off of Rear Window.
Yeah.
But like with sex. Because it's 2021 and we need things.
We need
things.
Things. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That sounds like a good show.
I think
maybe.
I think it had. Actually, I can't remember. I don't know if my brain's just filling in faces. No, it does. It's got one of the guys from the Queen biopic.
The movie or the show?
Yeah, he I know words. So the guy who's like in the apartment across the street that they're like peeping into played one of the band members in the Freddie Mercury movie.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you're talking about like the Queen, the movie, which is about Queen Elizabeth, or the Crown. Like and I'm like, I'm on the other spectrum of Queen.
Yeah, no. Not the immortal one.
No.
I think I'll see it for him, but
yeah.
Also because what else do we have going on?
I know. I'm kind of sad. Like, I don't know. Something happened to like biopics and now maybe I just got older. I don't know. They're just not as exciting anymore. We did watch one on what was his name? He was he wrote for the Beach Boys.
Oh, nice.
What's his name?
I don't know.
It had Paul Dano played.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's really good. We really liked him. That's kind of why we wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, love. Yeah, he has his headphones in and is out of commission. Brian.
Oh.
Love. Oh, there you are. What's the guy from the Beach Boys? Brian Wilson. Okay, thank you. We got there.
Nice.
Brian Wilson, and he had like a lot of he had like schizophrenia and stuff.
Oh wow!
And then he got like Britney Spears, like
the conservatorship.
No, like he what is it called when the lawyer has like control over like your assets and like your stuff?
Conservatorship.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I learned a word. And it has that chick that's always in all of the comedies and the SNLs. It has
Kristen Wiig.
No,
Kate
she's
McKinnon.
blonde. It's okay. I don't know her. Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth Banks.
Yes, Elizabeth Banks.
Oh, okay.
Plays the girl who becomes his wife later in life. So in like the 80s, so there's like it hops back and forth. Mm-hmm. So like in the 80s, she John Cusack plays him like as he's older, and Elizabeth Banks helps get him his like fortune back so that he can live his life.
Gotcha.
Because the guy was like, you're like mentally unsound, and it was a really sad story. But anyways, Paul Dano did, of course, a really amazing job.
That is awesome.
That was a cool biopic, just because I kind of like the ones that are a little bit more unusual.
Yeah.
Like the big blockbuster ones are like always kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say I like indie movies, but I like the in between. I like the ones that are like a little bit. They've got a little bit more going on. Like you kind of have to read
So
between the lines a little bit more.
I think my thing, like I enjoyed the Freddie Mercury one.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it's called. I think was it Queen? No. No. But it's also like everyone knows Freddie Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
Even decent fans know a fair amount of information about him. And so I felt kind of just like I could have found all of that out on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Whereas with some of the like less known,
Yeah, exactly. Like
you learn a little bit.
Yeah, you get excited because you're like, oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then you're
It's
like,
I
I
didn't know
got
that he was
something
gonna
out of
die
that.
at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
If there was a biopic that I like, if I was like on an airplane, okay, and I had to watch biopic, I would not mind watching Rocket Man because I love Elton John.
Yes.
And I like hide.
I love Elton John. I love Taron Egerton, the one who plays Elton John. I haven't seen it yet. But fun fact, actually, so when Taylin and Vinny lived in London, like the year before we got there, they were filming because they lived right behind the Royal Music Academy.
Nice.
And they
Where
were
is
filming.
that?
It's right next to Regent's Park.
Okay.
So like it's kind of like sandwiched between Regent's Park and then where Sherlock Holmes lived.
Yeah. Yeah, I know where that is. Yeah.
And so they're filming some of like the younger scenes when he's a kid, because that's where Elton John went. And so I guess like Taylin, she's gonna tell this whole story later too. She's gonna tell it again, even though she's gonna watch this video. She sat outside for hours because she loves Jamie Bell. Like just waiting to see if she would see Jamie Bell. But since they were like, it was like a kid's.
I love Jamie Bell.
Because it was a younger shot, like a younger scene, Jamie Bell wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And so she was like, I wanted him to drive by on his motorcycle.
Aww.
Yeah. But that's also why I'm like, oh, I have to see which scene was filmed right there.
Yeah. I love that.
Speaking of Sherlock Holmes and like scenes in London, there was, what is it called? Enola Holmes, the one with what's her name?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes, where Henry Cavill plays Sherlock. There were shots in that where I was like, that looks like Kings.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they use Somerset House a lot.
Yeah.
For films.
I was like,
yeah.
That was weird.
Oh, and I'm always seeing like Greenwich, the Naval College.
Yeah. I think what's funny is sometimes you'll watch a movie that was filmed in London. It's like, oh, that looks like vaguely familiar. Like, yeah. And then like when I was watching Enola Holmes, I was like, that's weird. It's weird when you actually when you can recognize it. Like, how many times did we go to Somerset House?
Yeah, exactly. Like you have a bank of different like days and times you've been there, you know, in your head, and like experiences and like feelings, and then you like see it and you're like, whew. It's like someone walking through your house. You're like, what's going on? Yeah,
like somebody you didn't expect. You're kind of like, that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like that whole like the Strand is just like a film set.
I remember they were talking about doing construction on the Strand to kind of like make it more walk friendly.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I'm excited to go back in the future and check that out.
Yes, we're going to go back together.
That was that whole like that like little triangle bit right where like the house, like our buildings when we're everything on like Highburn, or sorry, what is it, Holborn?
Yeah.
Holborn. That was constant anxiety crossing those streets.
I know, all the time.
It was so bad. So it'd be nice to not fear for my life going around that area.
But it's comforting to know that everyone else is doing the same thing. Like, you know, there's so many people walking. It's not like just you, you know?
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Holborn. That's how the lady said it in the tube station. And it doesn't sound like Holborn, which is Holborn. It sounds like Holborn.
Yes, shouldn't say it.
Like, should burn the hoe. Do you remember that time we went to the library, British Library, because I wanted to see a Wollstonecraft book and I needed you to hold my hand during it?
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm laughing, but I 100% made Taylor do that for me at one point.
okay.
Yeah.
I figured I was with one of my own.
Yes.
Like,
And
she'll understand.
there's just so many books. It was so overwhelming. I was like, I can't do it alone.
Yeah.
I need a buddy.
And like, I didn't have like a really good, legit reason. I mean, it was like I had the copy of the book. It wasn't like I needed the text for like research or whatever, but it was just like, I felt like I owed myself the chance to see like the first edition, like when it was like released. And I was just like, I took pictures of like all of my favorite passages in it and like the old like 18th century S's. Like, I know.
Fuck those S's, but they're so pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. And you were like, well, I'm just going to sit down here in the cafe while you go do that. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I was even let in with you. That's the thing, because it was like just for you.
Yeah, but it was like, I don't think you can have like more than one person or whatever. I don't know.
I was your training wheels and you took me off.
Yes.
Yep. That was also like the busiest cafe, and it was so like the one inside, the one outside the British Library. There's like the little hut outside. That was a nice one. That was also like cute and fun, and the guy in there was nice. But the one that was like inside was just utter chaos.
Yeah.
Just absolute chaos.
God, see, and then I also remember being in the British Library, like trying, because I would go somewhere every day and try and work on my stuff. And I went there because, like, where else do you go but the British Library to, like, work on your dissertation? And I went to the cafe, and I just remember being so depressed. And it's sad because you don't want to taint the place, but it's like, with like that sour energy. But I just remember being just like, so like, I just want to go home. Like, I don't want to work on this anymore.
Dude, there was one point when I called my mom crying, saying those words verbatim. I was just done.
Yeah. I also remember the day that I took Milo to the airport and I bumped into you and Caitlin on the Strand. Well, not on the Strand, but it was like right on Holborn. And I was like, oh yeah, I just dropped Milo off at like Gatwick. And you like gave me a hug. It was really sweet because you were just like,
He's your husband.
I know. I was very sad.
Yeah.
I was like on the tube trying not to cry.
That's
like
really
I just like couldn't do it. It was so hard. It was also really
that's like they won't see you because it's so loud.
Yeah.
But you know it's not right. You know that doesn't make sense, but your brain's like, but you can cry now.
Yeah. Exactly. It was also really sad too because so we took like the train to Gatwick and there was like a change and I was like, oh, here's your train. And then I just like kind of shoved him, or I didn't like shove him, but I was just like, I didn't want him to like miss.
Yeah.
Just because traveling and like, it was really sad because like, it was just like a really quick kiss. And then like he went on the train and then he sat there and we just like stared at each other like this, like, he was just like, it was just so fucking sad. And I remember afterwards he was like, I hated that. And I was like, so did I. And then I realized I could have gone to the airport. Like my ticket would have taken me, but I just like was so in like travel mode, like, oh no, like, you know, don't want to miss your flight, you know? Like,
yeah, no, I feel that.
I kind of get into that and
Traveling is stressful.
Yeah. And I get really stressed when I'm traveling with him too, because he's like way more stressed about it than I am.
Yeah.
And so then I always worry about him. But happier times in London.
Happier times.
Yeah.
I swear I've got him.
Yeah, we got
Just
them.
like now we've talked about the dissertation, and it's just like dread.
Yeah.
Now I like just walking around. I remember there was one day, I can't remember what we'd done, but it was definitely like during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And we had just gone to the English building, the Virginia Woolf building. And then we walked over to this park, and there was some kind of like marathon getting ready. So they had like stuff set up, like water stations. And then we just sat behind like a tennis court and watched these guys play tennis.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Before we went and got Thai at the same Thai place, but a different location for like the third time that week.
God, we loved Rose's Thai.
It was so good.
It was so good.
I still crave it.
And it was nice because it was like a chain. And so then like you knew that they were like actually gluten free. And it's also like they had different locations and like you always knew what you were getting.
Yeah, we just got to go to like a new setup, like a new place and a new neighborhood.
So that's like totally my my vibe, because I just like, I want to go to a new place, but I want to eat the same thing. Like I want the same experience, but in like a new surroundings. So like I have been to most of the Cafe Neros in London.
Yes.
Because I'm just like, I know what I'm getting. It's cheap. Yeah. There's always going to be a seat for me. And now where can I go? Like,
I'm still bitter about how different cheese tastes in the UK compared to the US. Mm-hmm. I barely ate cheese while I was there, which is saying something because I'm very addicted to it. I get very big bags of cheese every week and I finish it every week. It's a miracle that I'm still alive.
Are you saying they didn't have cheese? You didn't like their cheese?
Their cheese tastes different. They're like cheddar cheese. Tastes like saltier, kind of. They didn't really have like a mild cheddar.
Yeah. See, I don't like mild cheddar. In fact, I hate mild cheddar. I get English cheddar in America. I love it. I love that it's like
too hard.
It's like crunchy.
See, okay, maybe hard was the wrong word, but like I don't like.
Do you think it's because it's like raw? Because they don't have raw milk laws like we do.
Probably.
So it probably tastes kind of.
Because like they're soft cheeses, you know? So like the cream cheese was delicious. I'd argue that their halloumi is a little bit better. It's hard to tell because it's just so salty, but like their halloumi had like a nice tang, whereas ours is just like really aggressively salty. And then like their soft cheeses like goat cheese and stuff. It was just better.
The soft cheeses.
Yeah. I think it's because I'm pretty sure I've just convinced myself of this. So who knows? Who knows what the truth is? I'm probably entirely wrong. But like the soft cheeses were nice and salty and delicious. They nailed it. And then somehow I think they tried to just do the same thing with the cheddar stuff.
Well, it's funny because like Britons are known for their like cheddar, but it's like a specific like sharp like white cheddar, and that's what I love. Like I go to the store and get that because it just has so much more flavor to me. But I do think like the yellow mild cheddar is very much a Wisconsin.
Michigan, but yeah.
Michigan, yeah. We have our own too. We have a Tillamook in Oregon, so yeah, it's definitely like more mild and melty and chewy and
it's like because the thing is like I don't like cheese like cheddar like yellow cheeses in and of themselves. So like I would put it on like tacos. I put it on enchiladas. Yeah, but it's not like cheese enchiladas. It's like beef enchiladas. So you don't want the cheese to be the main course. Yeah,
or like nachos.
Yeah. Oof,
see, I always hated that stuff. So
that's fair. When I went back for like I think it was just about a week in November of 2019 because my cousin was getting married. I ate as much Mexican food as I physically could.
Nice.
Because I knew I was going back to London. I was like, I need to get it in my body.
Yeah, no, for sure though. There was not very many good Mexican places. There was that one place that me, you, and Cody went to. Yeah. And then there was this one other place that my friend Caitlin and I went to that was like in King's Cross. It was like we were like just really wanted a margarita, so like we went there and I had like carnitas, right? That's pork.
Yeah.
I always get that and carne asada mixed up. And they were really good tacos, but it was definitely like, they're all made by white people. Like,
yeah, like they're catering to London, not
to like very
Texas
bougie, like London. Yeah. Because we have serious Mexican food here too.
Yes.
Like in Centralia, like the best, like taco bus. We always I've never like been really big on Mexican because I grew up like eating Mazatlan and like, like American, like Mexican. Or I don't know how you would classify that, but I've just never really liked like the hot chili. It just like always bothered me. But then like when I got with Milo, I kind of had to like get over that because he really likes Mexican. And so so I got like used to it. And like, there's some like he makes the best fajitas and I think he's making them tonight. Cause grilled onions, I mean, come on.
The sound of like when you're at a Mexican restaurant, you can hear that skillet sizzling around the corner. That's my love language.
Exactly. And that's all I order at those places now. It's just like, I just love fajitas. And then you get like the fresh lime and definitely always steak. Like yeah.
I need you to stop.
But then like, I've definitely like, you kind of get into like more of the flavors. Oh, this isn't just beans and rice. Like there's more that goes into it. I
think the thing is like beans and rice in Mexican are just like the same staple as having like white rice and like soup or like cream of mushroom and stuff like in houses.
It's like it's the side dish to like
exactly. And it's just like it becomes like a main dish when people don't understand like Mexican cuisine.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure. So I was just like, oh my God, I just remember being like, I just really want tacos, like really good tacos and a margarita. Like
I want like food truck back from London. Street tacos.
Yeah.
Just like soaked in meat juice.
Yeah. Like Taco Bus where
yes,
it's just like family run and like, yeah, we have a really good Taco Bus in Centralia. Don't really see them around here in Seattle. I mean, once you're in the city, it's kind of like everything is... What is it? Gentrified? What's the word for it? Like hipster, bougie.
Yeah,
like everything has to have like a twist. Everything has to have like a niche. Like
it's not just like a good old fashioned like family.
Like where's the like ma and pa like
exactly
hole in the wall? You have to find those now. Like they're really hard to find.
Yeah, I'd say that's classified as gentrification.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm the only one using that word. So like,
no, you're fine. I think when you talk about gentrification, it's like a subset, like a sub kind of byproduct of it, symptom. Mm-hmm. Whereas like the main issue is the displaced families.
Yes.
But like one of the
it's the lack of local community. Emphasis on local community. And it's about, this is a new upcoming area. And then you have like real estate.
Yeah, it's like, we can't fit your mom and pop. This is up and coming.
Yeah.
So.
But like, we definitely have Asian cuisine.
Nice.
Like so much. Like I have had the best Vietnamese I've ever had. I've had the best Thai I've ever had.
Even better than Rose's Thai?
Yeah.
You take that back.
I'm sorry.
You take that back.
You need to come and
you blaspheme me.
Manao. Oh, it was like dessert. It was so rich. I had their pad see. Oh. And it's like, and because they're all made by like Thai and Vietnamese people, like family owned businesses. There's definitely like the American Chinese that I'll always cling on to. Yeah. But like there's like Chinatown and Little Saigon, and they have all of those like tons of like Asian markets, and yeah, I am not complaining.
I am very eager to visit you out there. So.
Yes,
Hopefully we can swing that soon.
Yes. Maybe when like Milo's going to be gone for a weekend.
Yeah.
Like for a show. Sometimes he'll be gone for a night or two.
That makes sense.
And that would be like, then you could like stay here in my tiny ass studio apartment.
Well, it's better than paying the prices for like the Airbnbs out there.
Exactly. Cause like that's that too. It's like you might spend like $250, $300 on a airplane ticket only for a couple days, but then you're not spending money on Airbnb. So, and we could spend all day recording podcasts. Yes. Yes. That too. Yes. There's,
Just,
I
like,
see places every day.
Working.
Yeah. Yeah. I see places every day where I'm like, oh, we need to go there. We need to go there. I just like hang out all day.
Yes. I miss that. I miss that.
Going somewhere and not doing any work.
Yesterday I did that. Taylor and I went over to a cafe out here. I did work though. Thank you.
Good job.
For once.
Good job.
Well, because it wasn't reading. I think that's what hardest. Like so much of our work was just reading.
Yeah.
And I was like, on page 2 of this 40-page document they want us to read in like 2 days, and I'm like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. But yeah, no, it felt nice. Like we just sat at one of those like high tables. I had my spiced chai and everything. It felt good.
Oh my God. It like, I felt cold for the first time this week and I about shit my pants. I was like so excited. I was like, yes. And then it got sunny again and I just about threw up. I was like, fuck this. This is so mean.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
No.
You're brought good, those lovely images to everyone's brain, but like, I was like so upset. It was like, there's nothing worse. Ooh, he's bringing me food. A gourmet nacho with Velveeta cheese slice cheese. This is the cheese you couldn't find.
Oh, I hate Velveeta, but
okay. Well, I think they didn't have Kraft because Kraft is.
They didn't just have like normal like shredded cheese, just like normal like shredded cheese that tastes normal.
Yeah.
No, but that's how I get when it rains out here. At least like during the summer, because I mean, not that it doesn't rain. I shouldn't say it like that, but it gets so hot that when the storms come through, because like we're right on the Gulf of Mexico and stuff, it gets windy, and it's so nice once the wind hits, because you're not suffering.
Oh man.
No, you're good. You're good. I should actually get to the party. So I told them I'd be 30 minutes max.
Nice. Well, we went for 40.
Yeah.